Hello everybody. Sorry, I've been asleep all day, so I wake up to hear that this is being announced actually. So okay, okay, and the post is already up. So shit, and to make something fast. All right. I knew this was coming. I just didn't know exactly when. And well, here we are, I guess, right? So and I know far be it for me to try to add fuzzy cats to this, but you know, it's a video about goodbyes. I'm having to say goodbye to this guy too. He's not mine. He just sort of habits the same house as me. So yeah, I thought might as well. I was doing the video without him, and then I stopped in the middle because he jumped on my lap. So I just restarted talking, and yeah, keep him in. But yeah, this is it's been a very long, very fun journey with D2Brigade, but there were a lot of issues, and I couldn't talk about them. For a while, there was I think it all kind of started when I got on that guy with the glasses. Things kind of weren't the same, and then we had communication issues. There were leadership problems, and I didn't want to step into a leadership position. Not that that would have solved anything necessarily, but maybe it could have, but that wasn't really my place, and I didn't want to do that. But at the same time, I couldn't seem to push anybody to take a leadership position, and things just didn't get done, and people didn't talk to each other was the biggest problem. And I think it was, honestly, I guess what I'm leading up to is that it is sad that the D2Brigade is disbanding, but in case it wasn't obvious to everybody, I haven't been a member of the D2Brigade in probably over a year. I was always there, but I wasn't really, I think it was sort of an unspoken thing that I was like a non-issue because just, you know, I didn't agree with where the site was going and stuff, but you know, so this is the negative part of the video. Sorry, there was a positive part, I swear. You know, and the things kind of had to change in order to for me to be brought back in. So there was a kerfuffle with bringing in the new members, which I think I can say this now because they're gone and the D2Brigade is kind of over. But I don't know if I haven't watched everybody's video yet. I don't know if this has been said, so hopefully they don't get mad at me for saying it. It's true. The new members were brought on without my knowledge. I don't mean without my approval, as in I knew and I was like, oh, well, maybe not, and then they did it anyway. I mean, I didn't know that who any of these people were. I didn't know that they were even considering bringing on new people. Is how out of the loop I'd been kept when they said, oh, we have these new people on the site. What? You have to come in and say hello to them because you need to greet them like, you know, you're part of the site too. You need to greet them. I'm like, what? We're making a new chat, you know, with them in it. Who are these, you know? And I'm not trying to do that to begrudge anybody or whatever, because what happened after that, and no begrudging needs to happen because I think we all learned something from that. But I'm just kind of saying that to illustrate how long it's been since the D2Brigade has really been the D2Brigade. And yeah, what happened with that. I was under the very firm impression that these people were a bad idea, and they were. And after the fallout from that, I wanted to help rebuild the D2Brigade, but I gave the same spiel, which was we needed leadership, and we needed extremely strong leadership. I said, we can't just sort of reorganize a little bit and redo everything. We have to completely destroy this and rebuild it from the ground up. This has to be a phoenix burning of the site. And it didn't happen. It wasn't going to happen. It was never going to happen. And that's okay. But that just meant that without something that powerful, without something that box shaking, that it had to end. So, and I was kind of sad about it. So I will say that, just in loose terms, Vixen, hits a Skype from somebody. I think somebody's saying, "Aren't you going to put up a goodbye video?" And I got a lot of flack for stuff like, you aren't paying attention to the D2 Brigade, and I've gotten a lot of that in the past. Another, this message goes up, says, "Why don't you put up a goodbye video?" People find me terribly callous, I'm sure. A lot of stuff I just don't know about it, because I was never kept in the loop, but I didn't want to be the asshole who was going to be like, I'm leaving the site, and not be able to say exactly why, and only be able to give asshole reasons if I was. So I just stayed. I stayed and stayed and stayed until it was time for the whole site to go away, which was, technically I left before that happened. I think Vixen was not going to be a part of it, and the rebuild was going to have to be me, Prof, and Ark. And that was the way it was for a while, but I just wasn't feeling it, and at some point I said, sorry, I told you I wasn't going to drop out before the site ended completely, but I am, because... And then Ark and Prof, for a bit, said, we'll continue on without you, and then 5 days later they said, we're ending the site, so it, well, it is what it is, but my point is, so that's all the negative stuff, because there was a lot of stuff I couldn't say over time, or whatever, and it's freeing to be able to say it, but D2 Brigade has not been D2 Brigade since over a year to me. It was a thing that existed, like, outside of my understanding, and had no leadership, and had no camaraderie. These weren't really people I talked to or hung out with anymore, and it sucks, but... that's what it was. And, I just know when I upload this video, the audio is going to be out of sync. I'm sorry. I apologize. But, this is what I have to work with right now. So, anyway, here's the positive. So, but man, back when the D2 Brigade was started, and I first met all these people for the first time, and I was just sort of hanging out on YouTube, and we had the podcast and stuff. I mean, those were the greatest... I remember there was, we were going to do the Desi Rattle podcast for the first time. I had a shitty, like, college internet connection, and I could make it a slightly less shitty college internet connection if I had a cable, sorry, I think an Ethernet cable, whatever. I think it's called an Ethernet cable. I didn't want to use the term in case I'm wrong. I might be totally wrong. It's the, direct internet instead of doing the wireless is what I'm saying. And so I, with how many minutes left before we had to record, because I just thought my internet wasn't cutting it, I raced to, like, the campus shop, which had more expensive shit than actually going to Walmart or something in order to get it, but to get a cable, and then raced back, and then hooked it up and stuff like that. And, I just remember being insanely excited for the first time we did this podcast, and man, back then we would have Skype chats that lasted for like 5 hours every day. We would do stuff and just leave it on and keep talking, and, those were the days. Those were the days when we were excited about this sort of thing. And, and over time, it just, me and Vixen would talk all the time. I've talked to her in eons, I think. I mean, I don't even know what caused that, but that's there was nothing serious that happened, like, she literally just stopped talking to me, I don't know. But, yeah, D2 Brigade was it gave me something to be excited about for a while. I was a part of it for a good little while before the whole Tigwitig thing happened, and before Tigwitig became a community that I could really be part of, because, I don't know if you know this, when I first joined Tigwitig, a lot of the people that I tend to associate with most on site hadn't joined yet. So there wasn't as much of a community there, and I still felt a stronger connection to D2, but, time being what it is, and, it just occurred to me I had a lot of personal shit go down in my life that really rocked the boat, and D2 kind of, Ark and Prof and Vix helped me get through some of that at the beginning, and then in the middle, that was part of what caused the fallout, was I wasn't there for them because I had more important stuff to deal with, and they didn't, quite get that, and that's where the communications problems started, but when my personal life problems first started, they're kind of the people that ushered me to say, get out of the house, start your own life, and I did. So wow, yeah, it's been a journey, is what I'm saying, I guess, and so it's been fun, and for me, reviewing is not going to change. I guess everybody's talking about, like, find me on Twitter, blah, blah, blah. For me, reviewing is not going to change. I think the only thing that's going to change is I'm going to start my own website now. I'm not going to start a D2Brigade style, Take style thing for reviewers. No, 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 no. I'm just going to start my own personal website that just has my own personal shit on it. Like, you know, like cinemastop.com or Spoonie Square, you know. Just me, you know, I'm not starting a site with other people and stuff like that. I mean, it's just something where I can put all my stuff and have it organized and have a name on it, because, and I'm probably going to have somebody who knows site design help me out with that, because I don't, I could do like a blog, but even then, just like, fucking, you know, anyway, but that's the future. For now, it's just talking about the past. D2 has been a huge part of my life about 2 years ago. I feel like it is harder for me to talk about it, because for a lot of, I don't know exactly how Prof and Ark and Vix feel about it. Again, communication thing, but I know for them it ended more recently. For me, D2 ended like over a year ago, you know, and now, so this is just now kind of coming in, and it's where I think I can breathe easy now and say, okay, yeah, I'm not part of this anymore. I haven't been for a very long time. Just letting you guys know. So I really am sorry if you feel I've neglected the site, or if I wouldn't talk much about them or whatever, but, you know, I haven't been part of D2 for a really long time. So, anyway, sad as it is to hear, it's time to move on, and, you know, I hope you look forward to seeing all their stuff, independently, what they produce on their own. They'll have their own things, they'll have their own stuff going, and, I will, as always, you know, for me, things are going to change the least. Honestly, things are going to be pretty much exactly the same. This is just a matter of me saying, okay, and then talking about some stuff. And if there's anything else, I have no problem with talking about things on the personal end of D2 if you want to know about them or whatever. I just, in this goodbye video, I'm not going to spend this whole time talking smack, so to speak. But if there's anything that you guys need to know, which I doubt you need to know gossip, you know, but more specifically about how the site developed, and because we weren't very communicative or whatever, let me know. And positive, negative, whatever. It's just stuff. I'm okay with talking about it. So, just, you know, so long as it's not gossipy, twatty stuff, you know, be professional. And that's about it. I guess that's it. So, I'll go ahead and put this up, and you guys can hopefully not be mad at me for taking a while to put it up. But now you know why. I didn't even know this post was going up. I woke up because I've been sleeping all day because I feel sick. And I walk over and we already put this up, this is this post, we told everybody, okay, sorry, which, again, I was gonna make a goodbye video, but I was planning to make a goodbye video before I knew the D2Brigade was disbanding, because, again, I was gonna leave before it just, you know, it was time for this thing to end, is what I'm saying. But, I love them all dearly. I love what the site was to me a long time ago, and, you know, I wish all of them the best of luck in their personal endeavors, because, you know, this shit's hard, you know. So, and I've got a safety net, and I'm fine. But, you know, they're great people, and I wish them all the best. So, sayonara, bye bye, everybody. Take care.